kind, but I would put my I would odd put my bet on it on X-Sync. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's
But draft just started this game, so
it did.
yeah, why not hit into it?
Well, the first thing I am noticing is the bands will, of course, but Midas, Tremble, Clanks, and Moira. So I was wondering if BMG, but again, they had the first pick, so they could have definitely got on Clanks themselves, to be fair, but they chose not to. They just
Puppet
made it.
Master is an unorthodox first pick these days. Usually, you go with Swiftblade or something other than Puppet Master, simply because Swiftblade is really good against Puppet Master.
Yeah.
If you remember back to the days where Puppet Master were played a lot in the short lane, Swiftblade tri lanes were really really strong against Puppet Master, simply because Puppet Master can't do a lot about a spinning Swiftblade. He can try to run, but the hero doesn't have an escape.
Yeah.
But this game around, I'm not sure that that's what we're going to be seeing with the War-based pickup. Um, Bubbles as well.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I am liking Fresh a little bit more right now. I mean, it just seems like their carry potential. The Warbeast is always a scary pickup, and yeah, the value that they put into the Puppet Master does seem a little maybe over the top here for BMG. So that is of concern.
Depending on what Fusen has planned, of course.
Of
Like,
course.
there could be this specific scenario that he's styling for, where Puppet Master is like the best hero, and if they can secure that hero, they can win.
Yeah,
I'm not seeing that scenario, but maybe he will show us.
maybe that's. It's up to what we think, of course, is going to be Baltazar. Well, to be fair, they do run Boxy and Middle Puppet Master is something that they do as well.
Yeah,
From
that's
time to
true.
time. So, and he actually goes more of a supported style, even something like that tablet as you're bringing up last game. And
Yep.
so I wonder if that's maybe in that. But again, to first pick that to do a middle puppet, man, I don't know. I
It's
don't know
very
about that.
aggressive, to say the least. They must really want Puppet Master for some reason. Another thing to mention is Pharaoh is really strong against Warbeast. The 5-second Mummy Wall takes off 5 seconds from Warbeast's ulti,
Yes.
which only lasts, I believe, 16 seconds. So that's one third of Warbeast ultis where he's trapped,
Yeah.
and that makes Pharaoh a very valuable pick against Warbeast
Yeah.
at all stages of the game.
I've always found Pharaoh to be definitely a counter hero of sorts to a Warbeast for sure. So
Yeah.
that's definitely a strong pick indeed by BMG right there. And then, of course, the Bubble's the third pick. Just always solid one to get in this case for Fresh here.
Good catch potential on the Puppet Master with the ulti. Puppet Master is usually on Puppet Master you go for the Shroud or the Whispering Helm, then into the Shrunken Head.
Yeah.
So that means Puppet Master is susceptible to these bubble ultis from in the early team fights, and that's something to be scared of definitely
Yeah.
if you're a ranged carry with no escape.
Never a comfortable feeling. So the bands coming out here, and very interesting one in the Demented Shaman ban by Fresh. I mean, maybe he knows something we don't, but this doesn't look like a Demented Shaman lineup here.
Not really, not really. Demented Shaman is a strong support against Swiftblade. Oh my god. I think Serenia won a man up tri-lane.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, DCM has hit the heal. The heal bounces on creeps, his own creeps in particular. So whenever Swiftblade tries to man up on DCM, DCM runs to his own creeps, then he heals the creeps, and the physical damage that the
Goes
heal...
through it, yeah.
Exactly, Swiftblade dies from that. So Swiftblade can't man up on a DCM dual lane, a tri lane, whatever. So maybe Serena is fixing to set up a tri lane with Swiftblade, and he doesn't. He's just not dealing with the DCM.
Very interesting. Wow, Behemoth, fourth pick. Jeez, left open to that long. Usually not a thing, to
God,
be honest, but
that's oh my God. I didn't even think about that hero, but wow, that's not. You would never see that in Team M.
yeah.
He would be first pick material every time.
Get that Merrick's bounty, and you're good to go
Yeah, exactly.
with this guy. Can't do that in tournament rules, though, of course.
Nope.
Valkyrie was the fourth pick, by the way. We're kind of overlooking that, too. So, again, now they have ran Baltazar Valkyrie, so I'm still not sure, honestly, where we're going to see here from BMG. But
Pharah and Valkyrie have some synergy with their mummies, I suppose. Magnus Valkyrie, and a support that could be the tri lane. Both teams are looking to have trialing possibilities this game. It's not rare that we see, or it's kind of rare, but it happens that when we see Valkyrie and Magnus laying together, Magnus setting up a really nice Valk arrow.
Hmm.
So with support like a Pyromancer, that could be a really deadly trialing.
Certainly can be.
Now, the question is, are we going to see that? That's the difference. That's the exciting part here. What is Fusen thinking right now?
Yeah, 10 seconds left on the extra time, so whatever he is has to choose that here sooner than later. Torturer coming out.
Okay.
Support
So,
here. They
hmm,
like their
why
torture. Fusion
Tord?
has history
Why
with that.
Tord? Yeah, they really like Tord, but why? They don't have a push lineup. He has a mediocre, like like Torture. To me, it's the chain reaction stun is great, of course, but it's not like in the early stages. It doesn't stun for that long. It doesn't do that much damage. Usually, it's the impalement that really gets Torture his fame. But I'm not sure where I see Torture being laid this game unless they do this trial thing.
Yeah.
But in Trialents, like Torture Impalement usually hits a lot of creeps and a lot of heroes, so it's unreliable. Hmm. Well, Breaky, I think we're gonna let them show us instead of sitting theorizing
Well,
about it.
it's good to speculate,
Us,
but
yeah. I mean, sure.
okay.
We can keep doing it if you want to.
Well, no, you know what I'm noticing here, though, is sure enough, they do give Boxy the Puppet Master,
Really?
and
Yeah.
Baltazar
Okay.
is going to be playing the Valkyrie. So, again, it goes back to they've been really liking this Boxy Puppet. But, again, this was a first pick Puppet Master on top of that. So,
Mm.
whenever you value pick a hero like that in that position, it's just, okay, he better come through, basically, or else
Yeah.
kind of defeats the whole purpose, right? So,
I mean, the first pick Pubmaster resulted in Behe, Bubbles, and Swiftblade being picked up.
yeah.
Like these three heroes are just really good at sitting on Pubmaster, making him uncomfortable dealing damage because he's going to die if he stands still.
Hmm.
So yeah, Pubmaster is going to have a really tough time this game. And he only has a Valkyrie to sit behind. If Balthasar or Boxy gets caught by either Behe or Bubbles, that's going to be very low damage output.
Yeah. All right, well,
Probusk is playing Swiftblade. Like you remember the good old Pole Key in Elder Parasite built on Swiftblade.
sure do.
I would say that if Graphics was playing this from former Team Disband, I would say that was definitely the build he would be going for. But since his Probusk, it's probably going to be a little bit more farm oriented.
Yeah, that
Uh,
seems like that's more of the suicide style than
mm,
an actual short lane
also,
carry.
yeah.
But
The mobility would be great though, like getting right on top of Pubmaster, not
true.
having to deal with running through a Pharaoh Mummy Wall or Magma Stun. I could see a potential for the Polkian Swiftblade, but ultimately it will be Provost that decides that.
That's very true. Yeah, they do have the War Beast as far as backup carry, so it
Yeah,
wouldn't be out of the question. I agree there, but seems like Probusk. It just seems like Probusk has his ways. We're talking about
yeah,
Roxy is
yeah,
always just off the wall kind of sometimes, but Probusk likes the Energizer, the fire. Like he likes a lot of just the stats, the early
yeah,
stat gain, the early stats to benefit from. So yeah, I'm expecting to see the Fire Brand Energizer honestly from
yeah.
him.
I
So
think you're right. Provost, like his own stats, he values high stats.
there you go. Mystic Vestments, perhaps even likes
Yeah,
that as well.
probably. I would be surprised if they don't pick up Mystic Resonance at some point
Yeah.
on Warbeast and Puppet Master. Sorry, Warbeast and Swift. Mm. And also on Puppet Master for that matter. They're playing against the Behe. Behe Bubbles. That's a lot of damage as well
Yeah.
coming into your face magically.
All right. Well, here we go. Coming out of the pause. By the way, did I get an update? The first game of the other series finished. I actually didn't double check to see if they actually won, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that X-Sync did come through there.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that real quick.
All right. Double check there. But yeah, I think that unless it was an amazing comeback or something from Revolution at that time. But top lane Pharaoh. He's got the boots though. So I
Yeah, he's gonna
think
be
he
fine.
should be fine, unless some hero block in here. But
They attempted the blocking with the Hellhound,
Hunt.
but Boots Pharaoh
Yeah,
pretty fast.
a little too tough.
He's he's 310 without boots. That's a lot above average hero speed without boots. I didn't think about, or am I? No, he's
Yeah, I mean,
310.
I'm
He's
looking
pretty
around.
fast.
I run 295, 300, 305 is for other heroes. So yeah,
Oh,
with
he's so above average. He's
boots,
faster than Swiftblade.
yeah, he's the fastest hero in this game currently. So
Gotta go fast.
310 makes sense.
So
Right?
I couldn't actually find the sync. Like, sometimes the tournament stats does get updated immediately. So
It would actually
I
be under
can't.
a public game because it was
Oh,
a
it was a
public
public
lobby.
game.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
then
group
it should
stages they do public lobbies.
Right.
Format.
Hellborn win one, so
sync,
that
okay.
is sync. Yeah, X sync.
Gotcha. Thank
To
you.
be precise. So Bubbles is laning mid against Puppet Master. Is that a new skin on the Puppet Master on
It
spot?
is, yeah. It's one of the newer ones. It's actually it's pretty cool. It's like the shadows is kind of
Oh.
the theme, I think. So
That's a nice attack animation.
yeah,
The purple one there.
yeah. The
Oh,
purple's
really
the
nice.
whiplash, I believe. So,
Yep.
anyways, gonna be
Bot lane,
Hammond versus
Warbeast
Bubbles.
attempting a pull here. Yeah, looks like he was successful when it comes to that. Torture attacking along, just for some chill.
Nope, gonna put some pressure with the Hellhounds here on a Torture. Torture though, yeah, he's wants to make it as difficult as possible on Warbeast, but he does need to fear for his own life.
Yeah.
'Cause he could be in
A
trouble
mid
here.
rotation could kill him very, very easily.
True.
So Torture is being careful with where he's positioning himself.
Yeah.
Top lane, oh, Behe was like trying to land a Fissure that would block Pharaoh off, but it didn't quite happen. So what we're watching is a tri lane versus a Pharaoh, 1v1 lane in mid, favoring the Puppet Master. To be honest, Puppet Master has a lot of CC to deal with Bubbles' escape routes. And bot lane, another tri lane versus Warbeast. Okay, well, that want to make me say that Mint actually is coming out ahead on this one. Warbeast is a considerably better suicide against tri lane than Pharaoh is, having that pull
Advantage
possibility.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Where Pharaoh will have to put his body in there, and that usually gets him killed against a tri lane.
Oh my gosh.
Mid.
I got to comment
seen
on what
the Pharaoh?
Zimme's doing here. Not only is he pulling, but then he spread the dogs out. He put the one into the camp right here to block the 2-minute spawn on top of that. So the microing of Zibbe right there was definitely on point and accomplishing plenty. I mean, it's just small things like that is definitely what we like to refer to that add up.
Special place in hell for people that do that.
It's gotta be frustrating.
I can tell you how annoying that is when you're playing a jungler,
Yeah.
and Warbeast is using one of his wolves to block your camp while he's pulling with the other one. That it's so frustrating.
Yeah.
Pharaoh deciding to just leave the lane entirely. He's bottom.
He's
done.
kind of bottom. Yeah, he's trying to figure out where he can be. I mean, I guess they're going to put him on the mission of stop the Hellhounds. That's what he's going to do.
We have seen Sane do this before. Sane has done a marvelous job ganking with little one Pharaoh.
Yeah.
If you remember that, like he usually sneaks in mid lane, then he sits in the trees and mommy rolls someone and sets up a kill for his team.
Oh.
But yeah,
You see
gonna be
right
hard.
there, he actually mummy walled the creep wave that Izebe was attempting to pull and ended up killing off the Hellhound. So, again, he's kind of accomplishing something there.
it's true. I mean, yeah, it's something, is what I want to say. But he's not getting a whole lot out of it. But mid
Middle
lane,
lane, Puppet Master. This could be the bonus kill. Puts the show up, but here comes Behemoth in the flank, and Iceland Go-Go gets credit for the kill right there. So Puppet Master, by the time Boxy realized it was way too damn late.
that
as
was
far as
not
the
very nice.
rotations.
Usually it's not a problem that the support takes the kill, but in this case, I think Goku could have let Action get the last auto tag. He's kind of struggling in mid lane if you're watching his TPM. He's only 200, and Puppet Master died, and he's still above him. That means Puppet Master was dominating him quite a bit.
Yeah, you look at Creep Farm, 17-10 now as soon as he comes back to a 9-2 bubble. So most certainly he's been dominating this middle matchup here. I don't think that's too surprising though, right? I mean, the Whiplash especially is really...
It's Boxy went the Whiplash level 1, so already there he gained some auto attack.
Yeah.
Mid lane, Boxy's moving in.
He wants to, but he need to be careful about this because Behemoth is still nearby, as well as Aluna. They're diving pretty far.
Uh-oh.
And here comes the Invis Behemoth. The wall. No, the wrong side. Can he get the final auto attack off? He cannot.
Shell
The
Surfer's
ballista.
up. Shell
Oh,
Surfer.
the Shell Surfer will connect, gets the kill. Meanwhile, Aluna in the background. The Mummy Wall go up. She goes down. But now Pharaoh's in a little bit of trouble. Behemoth another fissure in 3 seconds, 2 seconds. It's going to be a little too long there. And he'll be fine as a result, so.
I mean, they still got the kill on Puppet Master, but the fact that Serena goofed up a little bit, that resulted in Iceland Gogo's death. If they hadn't spent that time chasing Puppet Master, gotten him on the right side, Iceland Gogo wouldn't have died for nothing.
Yeah.
So a little something you could have improved on there, but all in all, I'm pretty sure they're happy with the kill on Puppet Master for the Luna exchange.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's very safe to say. So they'll take that every day of the week here. Granted, again, it's not a hard carry Puppet Master necessarily, but still, it's a Boxy. Still, like, you want to ideally get that good farm on it so you can start moving around, getting some kills with them, of course.
He is part of the 2-core strat bot lane?
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Kinda.
There's just the pop-ups.
Just
some auto attacks.
Getting the Ghost Marchers here to Baltazar.
Yeah.
Some pressure.
Same with Surfblade. They're sitting on roughly the same farm, Probusk and Balthasar, which is kind of impressive on Balthasar's side, really, because he's been dealing with a lot of pulls from Sibba.
Yeah.
So yeah, well done from Balthasar. And I was thinking of something. The 2-core lineup with Puppet Master Valkyrie eventually being the late game for BMG here. That doesn't work when Puppet Master is sitting at 100 and... Oh, mid lane?
This is going to backfire. Yeah, Puppet Master is going to go down right there. The Kelfield doing work. Nice Mummy Wall, though. Catches Bubbles, but the Hellfire is spreading so much damage. They will get the kill on the Bubbles eventually. It's a 2-for-1, though. Here comes the Swift Slashes. Luna's still alive. Finally going to fall. But now Torture is being dove by the Swift Blade. Gets killed. And it ends up being, well, a 3-for-2 in favor of the Hellborn team.
Come on, Busk. You can do this. You have your spin up now.
Is he thinking about diving?
Busk.
No.
He always plays so safe.
Yeah.
He could have he didn't want to chase the Pharaoh.
Yeah.
He would have gotten the kill on Pharaoh, but he would possibly have died for it. And Busk is a safe player, so he's doing the safe. He got the kill on Torture, and he lost.
Yeah.
And they exchanged Bubbles and something else.
It was a 3-for-2 overall, so.
Oh, okay.
I know that.
Not the worst, not the best either. Should play wasting time porting. He's probably not happy about that.
I got a kill out of it, so I don't know if that's ever really wasted time, to be fair. But he does take a little bit of time back to the if he gets his tower kill, though, especially no, Make denies it in front of him. Well played. Keep him in check at least a little bit, but he is over 400 gold per minute, so again, he's having a good time here.
Having a good time. Back to the Puppet Master, he is 180 DPM. Okay, he just... Alright, it's still early in the game, so his DPM jumps around a lot. But, oh, what is a Luna doing there?
Well,
that was a good position.
Getting caught.
He didn't even have a ward on him.
He placed it. He actually did place a ward here, right? Before
right,
there,
okay.
So,
okay,
yeah.
so he got caught on the way out, I suppose.
That's what it looks like. So,
okay.
Good vision, but...
Yeah. I mean, you don't want to die for that this early in the game. Your support lives still matter a lot. He could have possibly gone for something a little bit less dangerous, but whatever. He got the ward down.
Yeah.
What's done is...
So...
But... Yeah, sorry.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, Valkyrie is kind of an interesting hero here. I haven't mentioned too much about her, but Balthasar about 350 gold per minute. It seems like the Thunderclaw idea on her is probably expected.
It's basically a core build on Valkyrie, a carry, because she simply doesn't farm fast enough with anything else. Thunderclaw secures her jungle farm possibility and also a quick flash farm on the lane.
Yeah.
Call of Valkyrie should function as a pretty decent farming tool, you would think, but the spell costs a lot of mana that Valkyrie doesn't have.
I think she used to. That was, when we did see her, because she would get Nullstone, actually. As middle lane Puppet Master. Nice wall initially. The Kelfield, everything coming through. Easy kill. That was an Invis Behemoth, by the way, but here comes a counterplay. Pharaoh going in. Is it too deep, though? There's 4 here. Here comes the spinning Swiftblade out of return. Is going to chase off the Legion side. We're not done just yet. In fact, Swiftblade does get caught. He has Swift Slashes if he needs to. Gets stun lockdown, though, and Swiftblade will eventually be killed. They got the kill to Valkyrie, though, in the background, so some more exchanging coming out. It looks like it's in favor, though, of Fresh in the big picture. Shockwave to help secure kill on Torture in the end. A double tap for Serenia on that Behemoth. And yeah, they lost Swiftblade, but they definitely came out on top of the fight
Definitely.
there.
That was a really big block from Serenia. Locking down most of the Legion side. Magnus, the only one to jump in and securing the kill on Swiftblade, but dying in the process.
And a lot of just too much coming out as far as chasing for kills. So definitely well played by
Meanwhile,
Fresh. And yep,
Sibish is having a good time bottom.
yeah, we kind of forgot about him.
It's a war beast. He's not really there. He's getting assists, like all around the map, but no, he's just sitting quietly, pushing bot lane. That's what you got to be careful of. That's what Kisu likes to do, and all of a sudden you just lost 2 towers while you were having a team fight that went sort in your favor. But seeing you just lost 2 towers, it's not in your favor at all.
Yeah.
Gotta watch out for that.
Yeah, so that's that Abyssal Skull. You do see 1750 gold saved up on Bubbles. Again, hasn't had the greatest creep farm here, but, well, he's 3-1-5. So, especially when you also added the first game that he had on the Moraxis, the stat line he had. He's had an overall very good series here for his team, playing that initiator role in both cases.
Yeah. Hackstrom has stepped up, There's a lot of... we were raising some questions about his ability to initiate for his team back on the podcast. But you know what? I feel like this series is definitely showing that he's the man for the task.
Absolutely. Definitely has a lot of history as that carry player, of course, but he also, even previous to that, played a little bit of the ganking role, the middle role, and going back to, you could say, his roots there, to be fair, and kind of shining through here to an extent. So, in the meantime, Swiftblade, though, clearing another stacked camp here. He did go the Energizer, of course. This is his style. He likes to bulk up earlier on. He has another 1,200 gold saved up, so we'll see what he builds with that now. Perhaps the Firebrand.
That's surprising, actually. No rune cleaver on Swiftblade. It's going to be too late at this point. Magnus, look at that. He's setting up on this Warbeast.
Yeah, they're trying.
They want him. Just waiting. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, here we go. He's running in, but there already is a TP coming in, so they know this is coming. In comes the arrow. Here comes the Kelpfield, though. Bubbles, a beautiful reaction. Warbeast and ulti for Magnus just trying to live right now in that Kelpfield. Meanwhile, the chase is on down here. Valkyrie cannot get too far, ends up going down. Magnus Fusin, he's going to stun away. And the Homecoming Stone just coming off cooldown. Finally going to use it, but they see him at the last second. And, yep, they have enough damage in the end. Fusin goes down, and they are going to deny the tower on top of that. Beautiful execution.
I think Gogo has been on top of those snipes as well. Like Magnus, they didn't see which way he stunned into the trees. So that was just, I think, Gogo guessing, and he got it right. He chopped down the trees in the process, and Magnus died.
Yeah.
Oh, what is that? That's a beast heart picked up on. Whoa, hello there, Mr. Elder Parasite.
I guess so.
I think that's what we're going to be seeing, yeah.
That on the helm, I mean, I guess that's not on the... Oh, my God, Valkyrie just melted right there. She poured it in, thought she was fine, but Behemoth did the whole walk up and press R. And we saw a lot of damage from that. And, of course, Swift Slashes from Swiftblade also did plenty on top of that. So, a very quick kill.
Bubbles are being overconfident there, that's for sure.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Spin on a Torture, who also kind of ran in very confident, only to backfire. Behemoth, he's going to be fine, actually, as they try to turn on the Swiftblade. I don't know about that decision either. As Swiftblade's kind of holding ground. He does have the Beast Heart we just mentioned. Gets the Elder Parasite actually delivered in the process. And now he's using that for the lifesteal, trying to stay alive. Get some kills. Puppet Show onto him, causing issues. But he's still doing plenty of damage. Not enough in the end, though. It is a double tap. For BMG, but Bubbles is here with the Shell Surf ready. He lines it up, get the kill on a Puppet Master who buys just before he dies, and he's also going to help finish off Pharaoh, who's just going to stay alive as long as possible.
Oh, look at that. Warbeast on Magnus.
Oh, okay, well, Steam Bath. Can't do much about that, I guess. Bubbles. He's coming through. They know he's in these trees now. Yeah, that's the only place he could have gone. And he goes down to the end, a double tap for Haxer. And, man, Fresh is just on point this series. Haxer is once again leading that at 6-1-7 right here.
I think someone is regretting the first pick on Puppet Master here.
Yeah.
That would be, yeah. I mean, it's not necessarily Puppet Master's fault. It's not the draft's fault. That's not what I'm saying. But the hero doesn't seem to really have any value to them at this point. He's just been, like, ganged down to the point where he's actually 270, so it's not horrible for Boxy, but he's definitely not where they want, where you usually want a Puppet Master to be.
I think the where the draft really shined here was, I mean, sure, Haxton is great at 6-1 and 7, but I think it's the Aluna Behemoth impact early in the game.
Yeah, yeah.
The roaming of them, and especially in that middle lane on a Puppet Master, it constantly happens 2, maybe 3 different times pretty early on in this game. And then, of course, they were also still able to be of impact at the top lane, allowing Swiftblade to win that lane very easily against Pharaoh. We saw Pharaoh adjust early, just go to this jungle at level 1 even. So, yeah, clearly BMG in their draft, it didn't come together in that sense. It was more so because just well played on the side of Fresh, though, definitely, and how they matched up against it. So.
Meanwhile, Sib is just cleaning up stacks in the enemy jungle, so that really must hurt whoever stacked these camps hard. Like it makes me cry every time. Look at the GPM chart though. Like Aluna, the hard support
Yeah.
on the on the Hellborn side is above everyone else on the Legion side.
Yep. Sure is.
That's rough.
I gotta say, man, though, going back to this Probusk Elder Parasite, this is definitely very unlike him. He is not a player that takes, that really takes risks. But maybe this is a new style of Fresh. Maybe trying to change it up a little bit. But he's got the Elder here.
I really like it. He is playing with a War Beast, who is going to demand at least some time to get started. So going a greedy, a greedy. You could go Rune Cleaver.
It's risky.
Into Frostburn. Yeah, it's slow. It's very slow. It requires a lot of farm. And, yeah. Oh, mid lane.
Well, actually, bottom lane, too. Valkyrie's going to be fine. Meanwhile, back to the middle lane. Puppet Master, the lockdown. It's, again, a lot from Behemoth and Aluna. But now Behemoth all of a sudden by himself. He's going to go down. So that was a good turn coming out for the Legion side. As clearly, Aluna and Behemoth just not enough damage to take out
he missed his stun.
Puppet here. Did he? Oh, well, that.
Yeah, he stood right next to Puppet Master, then he queued. Is that the real? That's Probusk.
He's a dead Probusk. Yeah, he got very confident there. In fact, Bubble's also not in the greatest spot. Uh-oh, Fresh is, they got a little too confident here, and there goes Bubbles. And all of a sudden, the lead's so nearly cut in half here for
that
Fresh.
Was,
so
interesting. Well, Serenia was standing right next to Puppet Master when he attempted to Q Puppet Master without, blocking anyone. So he actually just queued on the other side of Puppet Master, and it didn't hit. Puppet Master got stunned by his, the passive heavyweight, but he didn't take the damage from the Fissure, meaning Puppet Master got away. So Serenia is sad about that.
Yeah. That's got.
And then the follow-up disaster of Provost running in, getting locked down and killed with Haxon as well.
Yeah,
that
what was he doing all the way down there? Jeez.
Very, very greedy place. Or not even, I'm not even going to call that greedy. That was just misplaced.
Yeah. How about Warbeast, by the way? He's kind of just been doing his thing, pressing W constantly. He hasn't had assists from that, but he has 3,300 gold saved up. So
that's probably going to be a Shrunken Head. He's going to need a Shrunken Head to. That's usually what the build you go for in Warbeast. I've seen Zibe attempt to go Warbeast without boots, probably inspired by the 80-minute Kisu game where Kisu ended up selling his boots. He has his red booties, but I don't expect him to actually upgrade them. But usually you want to get Shrunken straight off on Warbeast so you can get in there and get your damage off. Torture getting some good information here, but looks like they're not really gonna try anything with it.
Yeah. Aluna's going to get caught here. Nice counterplay from Behemoth, but the counter to the counter from Pharaoh coming out. Aluna's going to fall. The Eruption, it got stunned, but he actually got it off and is in range to still do some damage to get the kill. Meanwhile, this is an illusion over here, so not a big deal. But, man, we were about to say GG well played, honestly, but all of a sudden, BMG is now very much so back into this game. With what's been going on here. Sure, it's still a lead for Fresh, with that said. I mean, it's still about 5,000 gold lead, about 3,000, 4,000 experience lead, but it's definitely a lot less than it was even a couple of minutes ago here.
Definitely. And you know what? It all started with a mistake from Fresh. They walked into, the fight bottom where a bunch of people just ended up dying. And now BMG feels comfortable. They're like, okay, these guys can actually make mistakes. Let's try to punish them. So they use their Valk ulti now, and they're getting some ganks off. they got the space they wanted. They're feeling good about themselves, and they're on the way back into this game. I think is what they're thinking.
Yeah.
Warby's just
Understood.
finished his Shrunken Head. He's definitely going to be a scary factor in the team fights.
Yeah.
I mean, they have the chance of winning this game, but if BE gets level 11 and then lands a big ulti on uh, pick, you can pick between Puppet Master and Valkyrie, it doesn't matter. That hero is going to die.
Pretty
Pretty
quickly.
much throughout. Yeah, pretty much throughout the game. They have noticed, like, they don't have an Android to swap out the hero. They don't have a Rhapsody to save the hero. That hero is just going to die from the burst. So it's up to BE to carry this game. And right now, Serena is playing a little bit of a shaky game. But if he steps up, then team fights are going to get shut down pretty hard by him.
Now, Valkyrie, I mean, we talk about greed, man. This is pretty greedy overall. You get with the Firebrand even to the Thunderclaw. Like, I mean, look at his life full, barely 900 life.
He's Ghost Marchers. He has 800 health, 900 health. He will die. There's just no contest. Puppet Master Box is going the more tankier build with the Steam Boots, Vestments, and Major Totem. I'm not sure if that's going to be a tablet. I would expect it to be, yeah. But still, the 1300 health is still going to be very much so killable by an Aluna Snipe. Should play one bounce with the ulti is going to be enough, and then BE's combination is going to do the rest. And we have Bubble's ulti just to secure the kill, because neither of these guys have Shrunken. So, yeah, they're not getting out.
Oh, Valkyrie Prism coming out right here. They want to try to make a play. In jumps Feral. Now they already got the token, though. Swiftblade's feeling good. The Swift Slash it's going to easily take on the Barbed Armor Feral right there. Meanwhile, up here, Luna being of a distraction. The Kelphiel catching a couple. Behemoth will go down, but they get the one, the two. Magnus and Puppet Master both fall, and it's a hat trick coming out in favor of, no, it's double taps. Never mind. No hat tricks. But one fight for Fresh is where it stands once again in the Token of Life. And again, though, BMG, they went after the token was already picked up, and that's usually not a good thing to do.
Yeah, it's a risky fight, but you know what? Root of MEP, he invested in. I'm not sure if you got the replay. He invested in behind BE and Warbeast. He landed the stun on both of them, impalement and ultied, and he actually got a double tap on his own, completely on his own.
Okay.
In the background, that was a major reason to why this fight was not horrendous for BMG.
Yeah.
Well played from Rude.
You're right. I mean, as far as numbers go, it definitely wasn't too bad by any means for Bad Monkey Gaming here. Let's look at that replay. I might have actually gotten that there. So, yeah, I will say also Puppet Master, he kind of poked in right there, and he was actually spotted by the tower despite being invis, so that also caused some issues. But, yeah, I mean, you do see the initiation here. I was focusing a lot on Swiftblade, it looks like, so I don't know if I actually caught the Torturer doing all the work there. But, yeah, the background, yeah, he sure did. He actually got the double tap, you're right, on both Behemoth and Warbeast back there. So, I mean, still Swiftblade chasing them out and coming through there for his team, but it definitely could have been a lot worse for PMG.
Some sloppy team fights, really, from Mint.
Yeah.
I feel like Mint is having a lead, but they're not. It doesn't feel like, in team fights, it doesn't feel like they're having a lead, if you get what I'm saying. It feels like maybe BMG is just outperforming them in team fights, and then because they still have the lead, they end up winning the team fights regardless, but not by a huge margin. But yeah, regardless, we are spotting Mint slowly and steadily building up a Swiftblade to get scarier and scarier.
Yeah.
More and more scary, I think. Yeah, that's probably more correct.
Something
there we
like
go.
That.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has a Frostburn here. So again, the Elder Parasite, you know, part of me is like, I would have loved to see the Elder into the Brutalizer here, just go for the heavy bash build and kind of more of that initiator style of ganking Swiftblade. But he is going in kind of still just more of the safer carry build in the end.
Honestly, it feels more like he just got it for HP top lane.
Yeah, Valkyrie leaving the last second. Oh my god, 2 life. She was out of 2 life. She got dusted though. She uses the Valkyrie Prism, the dodge there from Behemoth that hits the creep. She's dead.
She's dead.
Chases her down. That was so close, but yet so far. Middle lane in the meantime, Warbeast goes down. A nice catch there on a Bubbles as well. Bubbles going to fall. Swiftblade, he's charging in. He didn't have enough mana for the Swift Slashes, actually. He's just going to spin. But a nice mummy wall from Maki pushes him away. And will be the end of that. So a couple of nice pickoffs there. They did lose Valkyrie, though, of course.
Yeah. I mean, At 2 for 1, still Valkyrie is low 14. They got a 15 Bulbous and a 13 Warbeast. I'm pretty sure BMG is happy with this. Um, and yeah, that's just how does Warbeast die even? They must have gotten caught real bad here in mid lane
He didn't pop
with some good
Shrunken,
mag.
so
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. He must have been locked down from Magnus
yeah.
the entire fight. But yeah, Bubbles finished his Storm Spirit, so technically these kind of fights shouldn't happen anymore. But yeah, BMG is still finding the holes in the defense here of Mint. So good job to them.
Yeah, it feels like if Fresh does take a 5 versus 5 fight, head on, I do think that they ideally would come out on top. But these fights have been very scattered. They've been, individual pickoffs here and there. So, and then that's where BMG definitely has a strength. Pharaoh obviously is a very ideal hero for that. Valkyrie Hell herself is great for setting those up, of course, with the arrow, the Valkyrie Prism. Now, usually Puppet Master would be, but again, he didn't go the Shroud build, so it's kind of a little funky there. But this is, at the same time, what we expected of Boxy. This is what he likes to do, the tablet, the Energizer even. He actually usually goes the Gravelock, which I'm kind of surprised he didn't value here.
He has the talisman and everything.
Yeah.
Just set up for it, but he doesn't want to spend the 250 gold on the Gravelock. Oh, is that?
Big fight, possibly. Valkyrie Prism, no. They're just like, never mind.
Yeah. They're looking for an opening here, but they couldn't find anyone else in Swift, and you don't want to initiate on Swift with token. That's just silly.
It's 10 seconds left,
call.
by the way. It's going to wear out here.
Yeah. That was a good timing from Mint, or Fresh, whatever you want to call him, to decide to go for a team fight, or see if they could poke BMG to do something stupid. BMG with a nice counterplay. Swiftblade in trouble here.
Is he in the jungle? Yeah, he's trying to get away right now from the Puppet Master. The Voodoo Puppet, though, doing plenty of damage, and Root of Z actually credit for the kill right there onto him. So they find him in the jungle, and sure enough, secure a kill out of it. Chase him down. I don't know if that was Vildrod or anything, but yeah, they collapse on a Magnus, or Warbeast, excuse me. Pops the Shuriken Head late. Already a lot of damage happening. The Mummy Walls, this is what we talked about. It's going to lock him in there, but here comes Serenia. Look at her turn it down with a Shockwave Cutter as a Song of the Sea follow-up. And a beautiful double tap. Turn the arrow. It's flying in. Oh, man. If Warbeast didn't see that coming, that would have been something, but he did. And so he's fine in the end. But yeah, beautiful turn. That's definitely a big reason to have Behemoth on your team.
That's exactly what I was talking about. Behe is making the plays. He's making sure his team is like doing everything they can to make this game tough. But Serenia's like, no, we got this, guys. I will show you how it's done. And he saves it was risky as well to go for Sibbe that has 600 health and a shrunken head. But they decide to take the risk, and Serenia makes them pay with a nice Behe. First of all, a nice TP from him. Yeah. And then second up, a good follow-up on his ulti and everything. Sibbe is in trouble.
Yeah, there's the chase from Puppet Master coming out. Oh, the arrow hit the Hellhound, though, instead of Warbeast, and that's going to cause some issues. In comes the Fisher Stun. The leap, though, from Valkyrie gets her the distance, and I think that's going to be the difference here, as they're going to chase, but probably not worth it. Yeah, just fall back, Will Fresh. So a little bit of a misplay there, but in the end, staying alive, and Swiftblade now has the Assassin Shroud just around the corner, it looks like, is what he's actually going for next.
I don't understand his Provost build here. It feels
all over the place.
It feels like he's going. It feels like he's going two different ways with his build, like the Elder Parasite, Frostburn, and then into the Assassin's Shroud. It feels like either he should have gone for the Frostburn, the battle build, more to say, the being tank. Sorry, I can't miss something.
Well, it's just Luna getting caught by Valkyrie. Yeah.
Oh well.
Found her.
Not the biggest deal. But yeah, it feels like Provost is going different ways with his items, with his item choices here. Not necessarily being really excel at anything. Like it's not exactly DPS or. Yeah, my point is it's sort of a mixture of DPS, elusiveness with the Shroud, and then attack speed with the Elder Parasite.
Yeah, it's really, to be fair, if you replace the Elder Parasite with an Abyssal Skull, it kind of seems like it would be more of a norm build, to be honest.
Exactly.
But they have the Abyssal Skull, obviously, on already Warbeast coming out. So it's the idea that, does he get Lifestone himself still, or does he not? And in this case, he chose to get the Elder Parasite to, I guess, be a little more tanky, you could argue, with the B-set that it gives. But
I think so. I think he got it for the tankiness of the jump potential that Pubmaster has. He still died, we saw that, but he has 1900 HP, so he's still fairly tanky. The Shroud allows him to get in on Pubmaster, hopefully. That's the main, that's the main reason he got it. He want to be able to Shroud in on Pubmaster or Valkyrie in team fights without having to deal with the Pharaoh or the torture Magnus stuns. Get on top of these guys. Basically, the Shroud is a more expensive pole key. That's what it's going to function as.
Yeah.
From the way I see it.
It's a more expensive portal key, but it does also provide that burst, of course, and the eventual Genjiro upgrade on top of that. So
definitely. It is a more late game oriented mobility item.
Yeah.
Let's call it a mobility item. That's a fancy word.
That's a good way to put it. I will say, I mean, well, I know that doesn't make sense, so never mind. But, so the other parasites, again, is kind of the one thing that's really kind of throwing it off a little bit. But, it's worked here pretty well, actually, in the end for him and his team, and other than a couple of maybe that's where the downside of the item is. You maybe get a little too confident sometimes with the Elder Parasite, but you got to remember, obviously, it increases the damage you take at the same time, so got to be a little bit careful with that. I was going to check on to see. The other series is finished, and again, I don't want to just assume, but here we go. Okay. Yeah. X-Sync did take the second game as well. Looks like it was a very quick victory there. About 19 minutes here. Matthias, 12-1-9 in Bubbles. Jeez. He dominated with that. Bubbles Pestilence. That was picked up as well as Mickey played it there. Interesting.
Nice.
For X-Sync, but they get the 2-0 victory.
I just want to point out, I was the one that started playing Pestilence on stream. Yeah, I played like 4 straight games of Pestilence, so I'm at least entitled to 10% of the credibility of that Pestilence pickup.
All
10%
right. I'll let you have it. I've always liked Pestilence, and I've talked about it before, so I'm gonna take like 20%. So
okay.
Well, we can it's
it
kind of
seems fair to me, like a 30-70 between casters and players. That's fair.
I'll allow it. So as I was seeing there too, though, you guys probably noticed X-Sync, they are already getting their next lobby set up for what we plan to cast, of course, as far as our second series here. X-Sync versus Evil Corporation, a.k.a. Formerly known as Reason Gaming. So I'm excited for that one. And that actually will be their final match here at the group stages. They really grinded it out here. I guess maybe this next week and they weren't able to make it or something, so they got made sure their matches were earlier on, and you see they were at 12 points, sitting very comfortably up there. Again, they played a lot more matches than everyone else, but 12 points should still put them in a second or third place spot. I believe that would have been third place last cycle, so they should be in a pretty good spot to advance on no matter what happens, but we'll have to wait for it to play out. Of course.
I mean, they're probably being aware of the possibility of something evening out, whatnot. But yeah, they got to be confident with 12 points already.
Yeah, they do. They have not lost a series yet, and we'll see how they fare against X-Sync here in the later match. So, gonna definitely cast this one until the end, though, of course. So, see how it plays out. There's looking a little bit of chase. You got the Valkyrie Prism here. Not really chase, I guess they're trying to find, but not going to do so.
Could I pick up an Aluna here, but she is not going to be in the front. That's the only thing that disturbs me a little bit. I want Morbius to sell that hatchet and pick up the eye.
Yeah.
I really want him to do that, because Aluna is not going to be in the front. She's going to be sitting... Oh, what?
Wow, jumps in with a Ward of Sight right here. Magnus, he is going to get away initially. I don't know about the long run, though. Okay, Portal Key, he's good for now. They know he's somewhere, though.
There
we go. He had to walk out. I guess the trees kind of screwed things up there. He thought he could sneak away.
That was nice from Fusen. He could have played it safe and just, waited for his Portal Key to be back up, but he decided to give a handsome little donation there. But and Serena did it again. He missed his Fissure damage, I'm pretty sure. It looked like Magnus took no damage from the Fissure, and then, just stunned away.
Did it?
And, okay. Maybe we can, if you have time for replay.
I didn't get the replay, unfortunately. So.
Okay, well, it seems to be a problem for Serena, at least, this game. Regardless, it doesn't matter. They got the kill, but it's something to take note of. You don't want to see the...
Well,
Yeah,
it's that idea that it's like you think, okay, I want to block this guy off, and so sometimes you get so caught up in trying to create a wall than actually making sure they get hit and get stunned and get the
yeah,
damage from it. So, yeah, no,
yeah.
I see what you're talking about, and you know, maybe we have seen that a couple of times. You're from Serenia, so just making sure, yeah, it's the give and take. If it means that you're going to set up a beautiful wall because of it, then sure, there are cases where you could. That is a valid point, but most of the time, it feels like getting the damage out is really the priority here.
Look at that smoke pickup on Haxorn. That's beautiful. He's just sitting there waiting for someone,
I mean,
and no one will show, fortunately. But
thought about
really
it.
nicely done there. Yeah, he was ready. He was sitting there. They can't spot him with the smoke, no matter what they do. So he was just sitting there ready to Storm Spirit, a Magnus, or a Pharaoh, anything like that. He was even blocking the Pharaoh hook to some extent. So yeah, I really like Haxon's positioning in that fight. And yeah, it's a great choice from BMG not to go in there. I think that would have been disastrous.
Yeah. So now Maka, he went the barbed armor first, but now he even buys a staff and the master on top of that.
I'm sorry, what? Yeah, I was talking with Sib about this yesterday. I was casting with Sib yesterday, and we were talking a little bit about the Pharaoh pickup. Mickey got staff as well. Pharaoh went for the exact same build as Maki. And I was asking him if he thought Staff Master was, a legitimate pickup, and he was like, "Well, usually on Pharaoh, you actually just 1 HP. Top lane.
Yeah, they catch Puppet Master.
Down.
I was wondering, all of a sudden they just TP top. Now, meanwhile, back to the bottom lane, Bubbles. He actually gets the lockdown on Magnus, and they end up getting the kill on him. But now back to the top, Puppet Master is going to be chased down. So I don't know if that was them canceling their own TPs or if they just simply got canceled and ended up turning a kill down here. But hey, it works out beautifully in the end for Mint. They get a kill both at the top and the bottom lane, and now they'll reset, it looks like. Again, they have the token on the Swiftblade. Still has another 330 on it. Good to go. So, but yeah, again, back to Maki with that Staff of the Master. You know, we did see Zibby even pick it up last game, of course.
Yeah. I was about to say that on Pharaoh, as soon as you have that barbed armor, you're really just looking to get some HP. And with Heart being not a very it's pretty farm intensive and item wise. It has poor build-up. He was like, staff is just a great way to gain XP, and then it also boosts your ulti at the same time. So that was his reasoning for going staff on Pharaoh, mostly for the HP, and then you get the nice side.
My only issue with that is, last game I did kind of like, the one thing was like, okay, maybe a barbed armor before, but staff it's good. It promotes a lot of active play. Want to use your ultimate a lot more. But this game, I really think the puzzle box would have been the better investment here. I find it a hard argument to make that it's better than a puzzle box. What a puzzle box would give you, because again, last game the Parasite had the puzzle box already, so obviously that was fine in that case. So, meanwhile right here, whoa, Aluna just charging into them. She had a bound eye, so she saw this, but for some reason kept going. Now here comes the counterplay, though, as Warby's coming in. The Brutalizer proc on Magnus. He goes down. Pharaoh pops the barbed armor, puts the mummy wall up. Good for now, but meanwhile, his teammates are dying left and right. Puppet Master, he's being spun down, will eventually get killed right there. You do see Torture trying to stun and then poured out. Nope, that's not going to happen. He ends up going down anyways. 4 kills for the 1 that they got on a Bubbles right there, and Pro Busk is clearly very farmed right here. Full Dawnbringer, the Assassin Shroud, and again, that token even still on him here.
Right. I think Aizen Goku did that with the full intention of dying, then buying back, porting in, and securing the team fight. I mean, he did buy back. He wasn't much of a factor in the team fight, but I think that was he was like, I'm going to actively bait this. They will kill me, and we will get a great team fight for it. And I'm the support. It doesn't matter if I use a buyback or 2 here and there. So great initiative from Aizen Goku.
Absolutely. These racks, they're going to fall right here in favor of the Hellborn side. You do see Kelfin in the background, Magnus and Valkyrie both locked down. It just doesn't stand a chance. I think we're going to see a GG well played here very shortly coming out. It looks like, there we go, in fact. It is going to be a victory.
Sip with the BM.
Oh, it wasn't aggressive GG, you're right. But Fresh is going to come out on top in the end. Man, talk about somebody that didn't really have an impact, and I mean, I hate saying it because Bob's a great, fun player, but that Valkyrie just didn't do anything. I mean, look at even the ability continued to go. Geometer's been into a shield break. I mean, he was just a glass cannon big time, and it didn't
You
seem like he
never
could get
ever
much.
want to see your hard carry with the Jindal, whatever emoticon or the awards you get awarded after game. Valkyrie is sitting with Jindal and
Okay.
caught in the wrong place. That is not two awards you want to see on your hard carry. That
That's a good
that's
point.
unfortunate.
Yeah, I never really referenced those, but you did right there, so that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, he unfortunately just didn't really. But again, definitely a lot of this was fresh. Just they're looking good. They look good here
Yeah.
today.
Yeah. Those some
It's
really
good to
solid
see.
plays, good choices all around. They weren't playing too aggressive, but still, four players were roaming around, Provost included, while Warbeast was farming, and that
Yeah.
was a really good decision. Turned out to